What's good, guys? Watching, boy. We gonna talk about that there knife, man. This is that there BK-16 or something like that. Hell, I don't know, man. What the hell? BK-15. I guess 16 something else. And these are those them shorties, man, or whatever the hell they call them things, man. We don't give a shit. Now, the BK-15, of course, it's probably one of the best field knives for food and eating, but you know, hell, man, nobody cares about eating. They want a baton of log, man. They want to go, you know, this, that, or the other, man. Go, yeah, man. So we got some accessories from that there authorized dealer K-Bar Knives, man. Tomes K-Bar, man. What do we got, man? Because we bought this for $45. And it's one of them there 1095 type knives, man. And then we put us an edge on it, man. And let's talk about what we're actually looking at. What you're actually looking at is you are looking at two handle scales. And these things are that they're Micarta, man. You can see that their inside is that they're nice, soft, smooth polish. I like it. It feels good, baby. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace the handle scales on this knife. Now, if you remember, of course, the handle scales on this knife, in particular, have been Loctited. One of the disadvantages to the bolts on this one is that they're an actual Allen wrench, man. And even though that may sound really cool when you're in the motor pool or when you're in your barracks or wherever the hell you are at, it does not translate into the field all that well. Why does it not translate into the field all that well? Simply because, and here's the plastic scales that came off that. Of course, they are solid on the inside except for the two holes. Not bad. We're going to change them out to something different. It doesn't translate very well because are you carrying an Allen wrench with you out in the field? And if you carry this knife, why are you not carrying an Allen wrench out in the field? Because, unfortunately, the knife itself mandates that you do such a thing. Of course, hollow handle. Everybody's been exposed to this type of arrangement before. We put our two handle scales on. We're just testing for fit right now. And then we go, oh my God, there's a hole there. And then we go, oh Lord. That thing actually screwed in there, man. And then we are going to test for fit again. And then for the last one, we are also going to test for fit. Now, what I typically do, after I've already tested to fit, make sure all my holes line up, because this is actually my first run in with this one. I will simply put some blue Loctite on the end of it. That was probably a little much, but hell, we're on camera, boys. And we're going to sit there and stick her through there, boy. And then we're going to not tighten her down. We're going to come back to that one, boy. Because we just like it like that. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Oh, I just like a little bit of lubrication. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Talk to me, baby. Tell me you love me. And then we do the same with the third. In my environment, in my world, I don't have much use for a tool that, honestly, I can't work on out in the field. But, you know, your mileage may vary. So now that everything's fit, come back through, torque it, torque it, torque it. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to let that dry, and what we have now is a BK15 with, of course, micarta handles. Now, what are those micarta handles good for? Well, they're good for traction. They're good for durability. They're good for if you whack on them like you're trying to, you know, just be some fool out in the wilderness, man. But they give you a good feel. They're not a whole lot different than the standard handles. In fact, they're pretty damn close to an exact match. There may be a fraction of a millimeter difference. I haven't measured them, but that's the way the knives actually come out. Now, $45, and then we have $35 in the actual grips themselves. So we have this knife down to 80 bucks. That's still not cheap, but it's a very good knife. Like anyone's ever said, it's probably the very best steak knife ever made, and it's good for field dressing, it's good for actual cutting, and it's a great camp knife, which is the primary use for most knives. I mean, I hate to sit there and say this, but the reality of the world is you must first be able to eat and survive. And we have changed the kit with the grips from Tomar's K-Bar, from this or this to this. The difference in the two are quite pronounced. This is a lot warmer feel in your hand. You have better grip and a lot less slippy, especially in environments where you're dealing with slippy, viscous fluids, like maybe in a blood type environment. But this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and I'll put it on there one more time. Tomar's K-Bar, man. And have a good one. They ship out relatively quickly. To give you some advice, ordering these grips, to me, which my mileage may be different than yours, it came quicker than if you're an Amazon Plus member. The Amazon Plus order that I placed at the same time came in a day later, and that is 2-day guaranteed shipping. But this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and you know, if you bought the knife for $45, reprofiled the edge, changed the grips, you still have quite a bit of money tied up into this knife, $80, but it's a really good $80 knife for something that's a semi, that's been customized in such a way. Now, you could go through the effort of taking all of the coating off of it and going through all that process, but that's not my process. And the knife itself is just, I like it. Is it traditional? Are a lot of other people going to be in favor of this blade? Probably not, because they're more used to the other designs. They're used to tips that are not quite as delicate, not quite the same type of design, because, you know, they're used to more wilderness, bushcraft, this, there, or the other. For me, in my environment, for what I actually deal with, you know, this is a really good design. And since it is full tang, it is 1095, and I, of course, coated all this in, protected it in olive oil. It's something you can actually use out in the field and not poison yourself, and not do a bunch of stupid foolishness. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches with the BK15 with the Tomar's K-Bar grips. Thank you very much. Peace out.